Oh boy, this is a rocky situation over here, but it's no problem for our big machine and these big guys. He's a small fry. So anytime you dig, there is a chance that you're gonna find something in the ground, and that's exactly what we found. Good morning, everybody. It's Drew from Atlantis, and this morning we are starting a brand new project here in Flanders, New Jersey. This is going to be our Paradise Pond. This is a 14 by 20 pond. It's gonna be big boulder construction, 2 fish caves. We've got lighting galore. I think there's gonna be over 15 lights in this. We've got bottom aeration, aquatic plants, a flagstone seating area or patio sitting right alongside the stream. And then in addition to the 10-foot waterfall and stream that comes with this, we're adding an additional 12-foot. So this is gonna be a super long stream, lots of cascades, lots of action. Big pump on this, big boulders. This is going to be an incredible build. Over here, this is a very blank canvas, but the grade of the property is gonna be perfect for us starting our waterfall way back there, probably about 6 feet off that fence. Beautiful, beautiful property here. Luscious greens. She is an avid gardener. She loves her space out here. She is so excited for us to come in here, start digging, and make this her own pond paradise. So using the laser level here gives us our dimensions of patio height, and from there we set our water level 4 inches below patio, and then that allows us to then dig our excavation for where our skimmer is going to be. And from there we also know how far down we have to go for first shelf, and then how far down we go for the bottom of the pond. It also allows us to get our elevation above water level, so we know how high up we need to set that lip of the biofalls to give us 3 feet above water level. Now this is gonna be a super long stream. It's awesome how it's gonna meander from out of the biofalls, curve off to the right, swoop around, and then come in towards the middle of the pond. Actually, probably more towards the left-hand side, and then draw that water over towards the skimmer. We're also gonna be having bottom aeration, probably right here. That's gonna force water up into that water column that's moving towards the skimmer. This way providing the best water circulation that we can get, because in this corner here, as it bumps out, that could tend to be a little bit of a dead zone. So we want to make sure that all of that water gets mixed up with the rest of it, pulled in and recirculated through the filtration. Oh boy, this is a rocky situation over here, but it's no problem for our big machine and these big guys. He's a small fry. Yeah, so we were unaware of the digging conditions prior to putting the shovel in the ground. Lots of, I don't know, it almost looks like this was a quarry at one point, but we are at a pretty high elevation, so it is probably just glacier rock of sorts. So we're gonna keep digging through, and then most likely before we put our underlayment down, we're gonna get some sand just to give us a little more protection against the rocks that are in this soil, because we're gonna be placing some pretty large stones inside this, because we are going more than 2 feet deep, so we need a couple of big ones just to give us that real nice character as we swoop around these curves and really give this thing some nice shape. So anytime you dig, there is a chance that you're gonna find something in the ground, and that's exactly what we found. In addition to all these baby rocks, we found mother rock down there, and maybe the papa rock. There's one part of it. Boley's ripping it out now, so hopefully that has now loosened the other big one, which is directly in the middle of where we need to finish digging our pond so we can put in our fish cave and get to the depth that we were looking for. So thank goodness we have this big machine with us, because it is just wrestling this around, making the digging way easier than what it would be if we had to do this by hand, because that would never happen. So the rock starts there, comes over to here, goes over to there, and we're not quite sure how far this way it goes. Boley is like a bull wrestler or bullfighter. He is gonna rip this thing right out, we hope. Okay, we've got a truckload of sand. We're just gonna shovel this onto the shelves, onto the bottom. Just make sure that all those surfaces are nice and smooth. Got a nice cushion underneath the fabric. We just need to protect, what do we gotta protect? Oh, the liner, that's right. Okay, we have got the liner and underlayment in on top of our sand covered pond. So what we're gonna do next, we're actually gonna wrap up for the day. Tomorrow we're gonna come with a full load of rocks, our other machine for hauling stuff from the driveway back to here, and also to move this pile of dirt back to the far corner of the yard, because we don't need all of it. We are gonna use some just to berm up for our biofalls and then grade it all out on either side. But now that we've got this part set, we'll attach our skimmer and then start rocking this pond. Good morning, day 2 on our Paradise Pond build. Today we have got a lot to do, but we are ready. First though, we have to pump out last night's rain from inside our liner. Filled up a couple inches. I thought there would have been more with how much it actually rained last night, so maybe up here it didn't get as much. But so what we're gonna do next, we've got gravel, we've got our rocks, and we're gonna be moving a lot of this pile of soil to the edges of our property and then berming up behind our biofalls. There's gonna be a lot of action today. Stay tuned, see you then.
On this side of the pond is where our waterfall is. You can see our biofall set up there. We are gonna have about a 21-foot long stream with a bunch of drops up in there. But to start that, we first have to get our liner down here situated and fixed, because over here it is not as high up as we would like, because it is stretched so wide. It is a 30 by 20 piece of liner, and we would just want a little more up on this side just to be more comfortable when we come in and drape our waterfall liner. So what we're gonna do to fix that is actually seam a piece of liner along this part here, just to give ourselves an extra few feet of length, because when we bring the pond liner and drape it over the edge, we want it to sit up back on that shelf of the first drop of the waterfall, so that way we make sure that this pond liner does not actually sag back down and cause a major leak. So this is just gonna help prevent that. And we're setting our levels with our laser to make sure that our rocks are the right height, and we even got one strapped up on the machine ready to go. So now it's time to get to work and get these rocks in.
One of the components of job site management is soil management, and we're trying not to have to move it and touch it more than we really have to, but in order for us to have dug out the pond yesterday and to get where we're at now, we had to keep it there, and now we've got our second machine that's just running it off the property. Anthony is just clearing a path, so we're gonna have access around this whole back side of the pond so we can start dropping in these big rocks around the fish cave. Boley's got that cut and in place here. These are just a couple of the steps in our pond building process, but we are continuing to haul the soil back to the end of the property. So that's just one part of it.